Before we dive into the incredible journey of Lionel Messi, let's take a moment to appreciate the man who redefined football and inspired millions around the world. Get ready to explore the life and legacy of one of the greatest players the sport has ever seen. After serving time in prison, banging 23 women, and nearly dying in a plane crash, here are 20 things you didn't know about Lionel Messi. Like the time Messi almost went to prison. You see, back in 2007, Messi was making bank as a young superstar, banging in goals for Barcelona. But the problems began when Messi let the greed take over. Messi started hiding some of the money he made and avoided $4.1 million in taxes. And he thought he got away with it until 9 years later, when Messi's luck finally ran out. He and his father were taken to court and sentenced to 2 years behind bars. When all this happened, Messi panicked. But Ronaldo became the GOAT that easily, so Messi managed to pay his way out of this with a $3.5 million settlement. Now, maybe for me and you, 3.5 M's is but for a baller like Messi, that's pocket change, especially with his new Inter Miami contract that'll see the Argentinian racking in $60 million a year, with bonuses that could see him earning close to $1 billion. Now, if you want to know how Messi blows all this cash, you have to wait until later in the video, because first, we need to talk about how Messi has slept with 23 women whilst being married. You see, Messi had a terrible habit of going to different clubs and bars without his wife and banging random fans he thought were baddies. But what these baddies didn't realize is that they were being lied to. You see, this wasn't actually Messi banging these women, but it was a look-alike. Meet Reza Paratesh, the Iranian who looks exactly like Messi and has spent the past 2 years sleeping with women whilst pretending to be the Argentinian superstar. I guess fame and fortune can get you all the women in the world. But even though Messi could get any girl he wants, he still chooses to stay loyal. And that's because Messi has the most romantic love story you'll ever hear. You see, back in Rosario, Argentina, a 9-year-old Leo Messi saw a beautiful girl and instantly fell in love. He made a promise to himself that she would be his wife, even writing this girl a love letter saying, "One day we will be engaged." As the years went by, the two lost touch, but Messi never gave up until he made his dream come true and finally married his childhood sweetheart, Antonella, creating a love story that brings tears to my eyes. Although on social media the couple may seem like they're perfect, there is one problem that Messi and his wife have, which is that Antonella actually hates football. It's true, Messi will come home after bagging a hat trick and embarrassing opponents that his wife just doesn't care. She says that she's tired of football. Who would have thought you could get tired of watching the GOAT dominate the game? What's even crazier than his wife hating football is what his kids do to him every time he steps onto the pitch. Thiago Messi is a menace. Every time Leo Messi's beloved Barcelona let in a goal, his son celebrates. But what the boy does when playing FIFA against his old man is much, much worse.
You see, Messi has an addiction to video games. He plays for hours every day, and he hates losing. And his favorite game, FIFA, is where things get really intense when the man faces his son, Mateo, on FIFA. Mateo makes sure to always choose a team that Messi hates just to troll him. He even chose Liverpool right after Messi suffered his most embarrassing defeat ever, blowing a 3-0 lead against the English team. And to make it even worse, Mateo tells him things like, "I will choose Liverpool, the ones that defeated you." This makes Messi furious, but not as furious as the Spanish team Españols when Messi cheated and got away with it. Let me explain. Growing up in Argentina, Messi idolized the Argentinian legend Diego Maradona. Messi studied every detail about the way he plays, from his passing to his dribbling to his shooting. But the issue for Español came when Messi decided to take his Maradona obsession to the next level. You see, Maradona is famous for his goal against England where he knocked him out of the World Cup using his hand. Messi saw this famous hand of God girl and decided he wants to recreate it. And that's exactly what he did, leaving the Espanyol team devastated that he got away with clear cheating against them. Now, all the top football stars have some weird pre-match rituals, and Messi is no different. Messi's superstition has to do with socks. Yes, Messi claims he has never played well when he put his left sock on first. And that's why he makes sure that before every game, he goes right sock, then left sock, as he believes this is the secret to his success on the pitch. But what Messi does when every match first kicks off is even weirder than all this superstition nonsense. You see, while most players start the match off running, Messi refuses. He's slow to run, so he spends the first 5 minutes walking. Or that's what he wants his opponents to think. By walking for the start of the match, Messi is really spending the time studying his opponents. He studies their movements, their strengths, and their weaknesses, so that when the time is right and he gets his engines going, he's able to embarrass opponents, which is what Messi really loves to do. Like the time Messi did this to Bayern Munich, or this to Colombia in the World Cup. Man, Messi really loves to make his opponents look like fools. But one opponent Messi couldn't make look like a fool is Kobe Bryant. You see, one time Messi got on the same flight as the basketball legend, and things got heated. One fan came to ask Messi for a photo, and Kobe got jealous. So Kobe whipped out his basketball and started to do tricks to get the fans' attention. This created an all-out war for the heart of the fan, where Kobe was busting out card houses and Messi was blowing balloons just to see who could win the fans' hearts. It was a fierce battle, Kobe versus Messi, basketball versus football. But Indeenier of the Goats could get the W, as the boy lost interest when the pilot whipped out some ice cream, and leaving Messi devastated. But this wasn't the only bad experience Messi had on a plane. You see, back in 2016, Messi was just 18 minutes away from death. Here's what happened. Messi was with Argentina traveling home after a World Cup match. All seemed well, but when they got on board the plane, that's when things started to get scary. Halfway through the flight, the pilot announced that the plane ran out of fuel and had to make an emergency landing. Messi panicked and started to believe this was the end. He thought he would never see his wife and kids again. When all hope seemed lost, the pilot managed to land the plane with 18 minutes left of fuel in the tank. But the scariest thing about this is that a few weeks later, the same plane crashed, killing all its passengers. Man, Messi really did get lucky. But this isn't the first time that luck saved Messi's life. Back when Messi was a boy, he was diagnosed with a serious problem. His body wasn't producing enough growth hormone naturally, and if he ever wanted to be a pro player, he needed to get treatment and fast. The only issue was that the treatment was way too expensive for Messi's family, so they thought they were out of luck. No clubs wanted to pay for Messi's treatment until one team decided to give him a shot. This was Barcelona, who were dazzled by Messi's skills on the ball and told him
that they would pay for the whole treatment, allowing Messi to finally grow and live out his dream of becoming a pro. When Barnes signed him, they had a paper shortage and couldn't write up the contract. This caused the club to get clever and wrote up a contract on the napkin of a restaurant, which Messi signed, and the rest is history. The napkin gave Barcelona 20 years of skills, teachers, and swas that gave Messi enough money to last 10 lifetimes. Even though Messi was destined for greatness, one terrible addiction almost ended it all for him. You see, Messi actually had an addiction to junk food. He couldn't resist every time he was offered a Coke, and he had an even bigger weakness when faced with chocolates and chips. I mean, Messi even used to drink a can of Coke before every game. This got so bad that his manager, Pep Guardiola, had to ban all drinks other than water from Barcelona just to keep Messi from getting fat. This caused a fight between the manager and Messi that almost ended Messi's career with Barcelona. But besides almost being thrown out of the club, Messi almost ruined his career with the Argentinian national team after just one game. You see, when Messi was just 18 years old, he got his first call-up to the national team. He was so excited, it was all he ever dreamed of. And this was supposed to be the best day of his life. But the total opposite happened. Messi started the game as a sub, and after waiting and waiting and waiting,
He finally got the chance to play in the 64th minute. Messi enters the game, and that's when disaster struck. After just 60 seconds, Messi got confused. He thought he was in the boxing ring. That turned into a prime Mike Tyson, giving his opponent one punch and another, leaving the referee no choice but to give Messi the red card. This made Messi depressed. He was an 18-year-old kid whose dreams had just been shattered just by playing the rock sport. He thought of switching nations because he actually had the choice between Italy or Spain, as they all wanted him. Messi refused. He was destined for the top with Argentina. And that's exactly what happened. He became such a great player that they had no choice but to turn him into gold. Well, kinda. You see, right after Messi won his 4th Ballon d'Or, securing GOAT status, a Japanese man wanted to turn his magical left foot into gold. And that's exactly what he did. By making Messi stand in clay, making a mold of his foot, he then filled this mold with gold, making a masterpiece that is worth $3.4 million. But $3 million to Messi, that's nothing compared to what he blows his cash on, like the time Messi dropped $7 million on a mega mansion in the Barcelona hills just to realize he didn't like his neighbors. So he bought their houses too, making an estate like no other, even featuring a state-of-the-art gym, a full-sized football pitch to train with his dogs, and the craziest car collection you will ever see, with Audis, Maseratis, Ferraris, and Paganis, all adding up to $60 million in his garage alone. Man, Messi must be the GOAT with all this money. But now Messi is old. If you want to hear about the next football GOAT, why don't you check out this video about Erling Haaland?